Hi, I'm Sweetie Singhal and today we'll discuss about the Object-Oriented Programming Lab. I'm from Jaipur Engineering College and Research Center. So, before discussing about the syllabus of Object-Oriented Programming Lab, first we will discuss about the vision and mission of the institute. So, vision to become a remote center of outcome-based learning and work towards academic, professionals, cultural and social enrichment of the lives of individual and communities. And the mission of our institute focus on evaluation of learning outcomes and motivate students to inculcate research aptitude by project-based learning, identify based on performed perception of Indian regional and global needs areas of focus and provide platform to gain knowledge and solution, offer opportunities for interaction between academia and industry, develop human potential to its fullest extent so that intellectually capable and imaginatively gifted leaders can emerge in a range of professions. These are the vision and mission of our institute. Now I'll talk about the vision and mission of our department. So the vision of our department is to become a remote center of excellence in computer science and engineering and make competent engineers and professionals with high ethical values prepared for lifelong learning. And the missions of our department is to impart outcome-based education for emerging technologies in the field of computer science and engineering, and provide opportunities for interaction between academia and industry, to provide platform for lifelong learning by accepting the change in technologies, to develop aptitude of fulfilling social responsibilities. So these are the vision and mission of our department. Now we'll discuss about the COs of our object-oriented programming lab. So what are the? There are two course outcome of our object-oriented programming lab. First one is understand and articulate the object-oriented approach for developing software program using C++. And the CO2 is analyze and develop program for reuse and maintainability to solve real-time problems using C++. So these are the COs of Object-Oriented Programming Lab. Now we will discuss about the syllabus part. Here are 12 programs in our syllabus. First one is understand the basics of C++ library, variables, data input output. Second, C++ program using with the concept of structure. Third one is object concept and function overloading. Next is dynamic memory allocation and array of object. The fifth one is to understand different types of constructor and destructor. And the next one is print function to access private data of class and uses of this pointer. Then the next one, write programs to understand the uses of constant data member and member function, static data member and member function in a class. Then we talk about the inheritance, function overriding and virtual functions. Next one is operator overloading concept. Then we'll talk about the function template and class template. And the next one, exception handling technique and the file handling techniques. So these are this is the syllabus of Object-Oriented Programming Lab, which is of 75 marks, and this subject, this lab is of credit 1.5. So let's move to our inheritance, that is our 8th category program, that is of inheritance program. Today we will see inheritance in C++. So we'll first talk about the concept of C++. What do you mean by C++? The capability of a class to derive properties and characteristics from another class is called inheritance. Inheritance is one of the most important features of object-oriented programming. There are two types of classes in inheritance. The first one is derived class or child class or subclass. So class that inherit properties from another class is called subclass or derived class. Here is the syntax for the derived class or child class or subclass. Now I'll talk about the base class, parent class or superclass. It is the class in which whose properties are inherited by subclass is called base class or superclass. Now we'll talk about the modes of inheritance. In inheritance, there are three type of modes. First one is protected mode, private mode, and the third one is public mode. Here is the associated table of these modes: public, protected, and private. Now I'll talk about the types of inheritance. So first one is single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. We'll discuss first about single inheritance. Here is one parent class and one child class as shown in figure. So in a single inheritance, a class is allowed to inherit from only one base class. Here's the syntax for the single inheritance. Okay, so next move to our practical part of single inheritance. Here I included first header files. These are known as header files. So hash include IOStream. What is the full form of IOStream? It's input output stream. This is our header files. Okay, here I included a comment section which is not executable in our code. This is how we add our comments in our program. Now I add a using namespace standard. Here I declare my parent class. This is my parent class. So what is this? This is my parent class, जिसका मैंने क्या नेम दे दिया है, बेस क्लास. ठीक है, हम यहाँ पे इसको नेम कुछ भी दे सकते हैं. मैंने भी इसको नेम दे दिया है बेस क्लास. Here is the scope of this class. As you can see, this is our scope of this class. Now here is the protected modes, public कुछ modes of inheritance. And जो हमने बात की थी अभी, मोड्स क्या होंगे, थ्री टाइप्स के मोड्स हमने देखे थे, पब्लिक, प्राइवेट एंड प्रोटेक्टेड मोड. सो इन पब्लिक मोड, इफ यू डिराइव अ सब क्लास फ्रॉम अ पब्लिक क्लास, देन द पब्लिक मेंबर ऑफ द बेस क्लास विल बिकम पब्लिक इन द derived class, and protected members of the base class will become protected in derived class. So this is the concept of public class, public mode. Okay, so here we define public mode. These are data variables. Here we declare x variable. So these are variables. What is the data type of x? Here we declare integer type. Now we add function void set x, in which we pass an argument, that is integer a. Here I declare variable a in this only, in this as an argument. Here I define a data type. So this is a function in which we define a value x is equals to a. What is this doing? Like whichever value of a, it stores in x. Here's the second function, show x. This will print this statement cout. Why we use cout? Cout is basically used for showing result or showing an message to an output screen, to our output screen. So cout x, this will show as it is, and the variable x value. So whatever the value of x, it will show here. It will show here. Okay. Now this is our complete base class. Now we'll define our child class. So inherit a base class member to subclass using public mode से हम किस तरह से यहाँ पे बेस क्लास को सब क्लास को बेस क्लास में इनहेरिट करेंगे. ये हमारी क्या है? दिस इज व्हाट our parent child class. This is child class. Now here it is a public mode again. Now this is subclass. This is known as subclass default constructor. Okay. So subclass default constructor हो गया. यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ subclass हमने किस तरह से inherit किया है. How we have done this? Class, then child class name followed by colon and our parent class name. Here public base class. Now we have defined subclass function here. Now we will write our main function of the program. Here int main, what we pass to base class B. We have created an object of base class. This is the object B. Now we have called set function, set x, b dot set x 20. This value goes here. This function calls by running that statement. This will call after running this statement. So b dot set x, this carry a value 20. Here integer a value become 20. So what is the value of a? Here a become 20. Alright. So अब ये फंक्शन हमारा कॉल हुआ. अब ये इस स्टेटमेंट पर आएगा. यहाँ ये स्टेटमेंट रन होगा. x is equals to a. So x is equals to a. तो a की वैल्यू हमारी क्या है 20. So x is equals to a is equals to further 20. So now the value of x is become to 20. Now the flow of our program goes here. This statement will run. This function will be called p dot show x. Now our flow of program will go here. The function will be called void show x. So it will call and it will print an output. What output will be printed? It shows x and the value of x. Here we define, here we write a variable x. So what will be the value of x? Here it will be 20. Okay. Now the next our subclass, we have created the object for our subclass, that is as. Now as dot set x. Now we have called our set x function of base class. So this function will be used of base class. Base class का function ही यहाँ पे कॉल होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि ये हमारी क्या है, चाइल्ड क्लास हमारी बेस क्लास के फंक्शंस को इसने इनहेरिट किया है. तो जब हमने बेस क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट यहाँ पे क्रिएट किया और सेट एक्स फंक्शन को कॉल किया तो ये फ्लो हमारा यहाँ ही जाएगा. अब इस बार हमारे पास वैल्यू क्या पास हो रही है 15. सो द वैल्यू बिकम 15 हियर. ए की क्या वैल्यू बन जाएगी 15. And the next statement is s dot show x. So the result will be here x colon 15. So now we will compile our program and see the result. Here is a compilation window. Now I'll wait for the program to be compiled. Okay, here is an error. We will solve this error first. In member function void base class set x int. What is the error here? We forgot to mention comment section here. Now I'll compile again. Now our compilation is completed. Now we'll run our program and here is the output of this single inheritance result. So the output will be x is equals to 20 and subclass is x is equals to 15. So this is all about single inheritance. Thank you.